So now that 2023 is almost over, looking back at the videos I've made, I've talked about some pretty random stuff. A catfish story, a lady who needs to be put on the no-fly list, even Johnny Knoxville and The Rock being in a movie together that wasn't Jackass.
Hello, Puddin'!
But this one might be the most random one yet. So as you guys know, ever since Dream did his face reveal, girls have been getting unreasonably wet for him. And because he doesn't have to hide behind his mask anymore, going out in public is easier, or harder, depending on how you look at it. But Dream isn't the kind of guy who's going to be hanging around people who are going to slap him for content. 9.5 times out of 10, no one will be on your side no matter how you try to explain yourself. That other 0.5 is for that rare occurrence that he calls you a racial slur, in that case making it acceptable. But apparently Dream is making enemies out of honestly the most likely of people. Cantu, the kid who voiced Gumball Watterson, apparently is on an I Hate Dream tour, saying stuff like, I want you dead, even replying to a fake Dream account, calling them a pedophile. And it's like, alright Gumball, calm the fuck down. But before I get into their little argument, if you were to look at Gumball's Twitter, you would think this was some edgy meme account. They hate to see a dumb fuck big booty with a beautiful white links. I will start a GoFundMe to get him to say that in the Gumball voice. I got beat up in elementary school for having gay elbows, and just by looking at this picture of you, I can tell it was more than just your elbows. Had a dream I broke an Asian woman's heart last night, woke up shaking and crying. He probably just woke up shaking and crying, and he's like, how can I make this less gay? But that's basically what his Twitter is. Him showing us that he's not the little boy Gumball Watterson anymore, and instead a 20-year-old alcoholic who thinks he knows everything. Now, I have no idea how it got to this point. All I saw was this post from Dexerto, whatever the fuck, saying, Dream hits out at Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle voice actor Cantu after he replied to a fake Dream account. And when you look into the whole situation, you're like, why the fuck are they pointing that out? Like I showed earlier, he said, I want you dead. But Dream is like, you're replying to a fake account. I'm not a pedophile no matter how much you joke, but you are a shitty, terrible human. That's redundant. Just say shitty or terrible. You physically assaulted me, said the N-word and other slurs, verbally berated an Uber driver saying, that's why I'm a famous movie star and you're an Uber driver. Whoa, now two things. One, I'd like to change my GoFundMe and instead have him say the N-word and other racial slurs. And two, this right here, buddy, is not the accolades of a famous movie star. I mean, two of your movies aren't even clickable, and one of them was a short film. Saying you're a famous movie star is like saying Hitler had a great KD. That's something you want to keep to yourself. But his self-entitlement has led him to start beef with the one person who is a lose-lose situation going up against. Like I mentioned earlier, Dream isn't one of those people hanging around pranksters and goofballs. He's someone who we all will make fun of, but if it goes too far, we know when it stops being funny. Like when he says you physically assaulted him, and then reply with, or I'm assuming reply to the tweet because it says unavailable, but you say, 1, I slapboxed you in front of the hose. 2, yes, I was an asshole to the Uber driver. I was wasted and it wasn't cool, which is why I tipped him a lot of money and have been cutting back on drinking. And 3, yes, I called you fat and a predator. Now leave it to a fucking alcoholic to make a bad decision and then the next day be like, yeah, I've been cutting back on drinking. Hey asshole, maybe just stop? You're beating up a Minecraft YouTuber in front of the hose. For like, what kind of hose? Like, how old are they? Like 12? Who the fuck? Nobody older than 16 knows who the fuck you are. And since alcoholism is one of the greatest religions, Dream, the agnostic voice of reason, is like, hey, didn't you send me a DM apologizing for everything you just did? Obviously, I don't know him personally, but just listen to how this guy talks. I would kick him in his fucking privileged vagina. Hey man, hope you had a good time last night, but I don't feel right knowing I was dogging on you like a cane corso. No chihuahua shit, I was coming for your neck. Even as a joke, that shit isn't right. I apologize deeply for that one. But yeah man, I was drinking and smoking weed. So I actually would like to start another GoFundMe. This time it would be for Gumball here to never say I'm coming for your neck or anything related. And what's really funny is that he asked, I hope you had a good night after you 1, slapboxed him in front of the hose, 2, said the N-word, and 3, called him a fat predator. I don't know Dream personally, but I can tell you that was top 5 one of his worst nights out. But he continues to say, anyways, yeah, I expect you to be a little asshole dickhead with no morals, but I saw last night that you are a very humble, grounded, and decent man who can roll with the punches. Or slaps. I know you understand your importance of your stature and influence in the internet world, so to see you having to deal with that so young is something I relate to in my life.
If there's ever been any bad blood, all I want to do is clear the air and make sure we're good, because I've never been the man to make enemies.
And the violent manner in which we were interacting isn't something I want to occur in my life with good humans I meet like you. And on the allegation shit, I will truly never know who is right and who is lying. But I know that having lies and rumors spread about you is awful and really fucks you up big time. So apologies for sticking on that for so long and saying it in front of strangers like an Uber driver. What the fuck?
Now, because this is more than enough to put Gumball in the wrong, it's what some would say too good to be true, which is what 90% of the replies believe. 90% of the people are replying with, why did you cut it off like that? It says but. It says but. There has to be more. Was the fucking book he sent not good enough for you? Of course they ignore everything he's saying, putting him in the wrong, but we'll go, well, what if it said but? But Dream is the leader of ISIS and I don't mean anything I said. And other people are like, well, can you show the time this was sent? Because it's weird that your picture is cropped like that. He's showing you a tweet that was made about the slapping incident and then showing you a DM that was sent after that. Do you think it was posted on fucking leap year? Because anyone with who isn't you knows that the DM was sent after. You think he's gonna send this long-ass apology as he's actively making fun of him? This was tweeted out yesterday, and he's still making fun of him. Unless he has a fucking time machine, what would the date have to do with any of this? Unless it was sent right now, asking why it was sent like you can't put context clues together shows why you only have 64 followers but pay for a blue check. You're fucking stupid. As for Gumball, I 100% believe Dream when he says he used the N-word, solely based on the way he types. And I'm sure it helps that the two biggest things he's been a part of, he's had a black co-star. I did do a little bit of checking around after all of this, and apparently this was all because of the Dream grooming allegations. But like, what the fuck? How is the Gumball voice actor getting into altercations with Dream to the point where only I care about it? Like, if you look this up on YouTube, at least for me, no one's talking about this. Maybe for a good reason. We'll know when I get 40 views. Until next time, see you guys Monday. Peace. So apparently Drama Alert fucking 2 hours ago posted the video that I was like trying to look for, seeing what everyone was talking about, but they posted it saying Nicholas Gumball attacked Dream. So anyone who's saying, oh, well, what is the DM? What does it say after it says but? It says, but yeah, this is the first step in seeking forgiveness. So also it says that he sent the DMs the next day, like I said. So everyone's sucking Gumball's nuts. Shut the fuck up.